Hey guys, welcome to Random Riley. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my mid-year bookish freakout tag. It's a little bit past the middle of the year by now, but I really wanted to make this video and this tag was created by Earl Grey Books and Read Like Wildfire, and there are a lot of questions and I have a lot of books, so let's get into it. Question 1, best book you've read so far in 2017. For me, I chose two books. I chose Heartless by Marissa Meyer and Three Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake. I love the Winter Chronicles series, and I know I love Heartless. I love the whole plot, I love the storyline, and I love the main character, and I love all of the characters, and it's sweet, and it's wonderful, and it's great, and it's so pretty, so pretty. You have like the shiny vines, and then you have this, which is just wonderful. And my other one was Three Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake. I didn't really know what this book was going into it. It's about these three triplets, and they are fighting for the crown, and they have to fight to the death. It's just, there's so many twists and turns in this book, and the world is so like intense and fun to learn about, and all the triplets are very different. It's very cool to just learn all about that. There are also a lot of twists and turns in this book that just like pulled me in. I love this book. There's a sequel, I don't know when it's coming out, but it's coming out sometime this year, I think, or next year, like early next year. Question 2, best sequel you've read in 2017. This one is like one for almost every booktuber in the world right now. It's Lord of Shadows. This is the sequel to Lady Midnight, the second book in the Dark Artifice series. I loved this book. I didn't love it as much as Lady Midnight, but I still really liked it. It's the perfect amount of the third one can't come soon enough, but I'm kind of satisfied for right now. Question 3, new releases that are out yet but you haven't read. I have two for this one. I'm choosing Standoff, which is the sequel to Winger, and The One Memory of Flora Banks. I'm not really sure what Standoff is about, but I've read the first one and I really loved it, so I really want to read the second one. But The One Memory of Flora Banks is this girl and she's lost all of her memory, but her first kiss. It sounds really interesting and a contemporary I might actually want to read, so I'm going to try to get it from the library at some point. Question 4, most anticipated book release for the second half of the year. This one, I chose John Green's new book, which is coming out in October, Turtles All the Way Down. I have not yet ordered this book, but I will. I am a huge fan of John Green. I love all of his books. I've been waiting since I finished The Fault in Our Stars for this new one. Question 5, the biggest disappointment. For this one, I'm going with A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I did not like this book. The other series I've read by Patrick Ness were a lot different from this, and I really wanted this one to be like the other ones, which it wasn't. So maybe I'll try to reread it and give it another shot, but it was not my favorite. Question 6, biggest surprise. For this one, I'm going with Endgame by James Frey. I'm not even going to describe Endgame to you because I don't think I can. Endgame I thought was just going to be like another sci-fi book where there's a chosen one and they have to save the world, but that's not what it was. It's so much of a more complicated puzzle that you have to like try to put together along with these characters, and you connect with these characters. I ate it up. There's a sequel and I think there's a third one, but I definitely want to buy the sequel as soon as I can. Question 7, new favorite author, debut, or one for you. Just started reading Alexandra Bracken this year, and I really like the Darkest Minds trilogy, and I picked up Passenger and Wayfarer. I'm going to read them pretty soon. I really enjoyed her writing style. Some of her characters I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I really enjoyed her writing style, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. Question 8 is newest fictional crush. I'm also choosing one from the Darkest Minds for this, which is Liam. Liam just seems like the nicest, kindest boy in the world, and I want him to be real. And he's like my favorite character in this series along with Chubbs. I'd also want to date Chubbs. Question 9 is newest favorite character. For this one, I picked Jared from The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. Jared and this is the best friend to our main character, and he's kind of like a cat god, and I love it. And it's like the cats just follow him around. It makes me feel so warm and fuzzy every time Jared appears in this book. I'm just like, yes, I just want a book centered completely around Jared. Question 10, books that make you cry. I'm a very easy book crier. I cry in almost every book I read. This one I picked A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I only cried 3 times while reading this, guys. Just only 3 times. This is the 3rd installment in Sarah J. Maas's, we don't really know what to call this. It was gonna be a trilogy. This wraps up this trilogy storyline, but there are more books in the world. They're not really companions, they're like a part of it, so no one really knows what's going on. But I cried a lot in this book because it's wonderful and sad and wonderful. Question 11, a book that made you happy. For this one, I picked Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I also cried while reading this book. These characters in the Natural series just give me so much joy, and every time I pick up the book, no matter what horrible serial killer thing they're dealing with right now will make me happy. Just being with Cassie and Michael and Dean and Salome and Leah is just the best. Question 12, favorite book to film adaptation. I'm picking the TV show of the 100 for this year, and I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Although I could do without the ground or politics. I just really love the characters. I love Bellamy, I love Clark. No matter what stupid things they were doing, I still loved them in themselves. Question 13, favorite book review you've done so far this year. I will link this review in the description. It's Ashfall. No one's surprised, right? I love this book. Question 14, most beautiful book you bought this year. I have two for this. I have Shiver by Maggie Steve Otter and I have Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I love Shiver because even though I bought this used and it's kind of beat up, it's fine. I love white books and that's pretty, and there's a little leaf. And the text is blue, and I love it when they have colored ink text. It's my favorite thing. If all of them could be colored, I would be very happy. I know it's expensive, but I will pay more. And just Passenger is it's just pretty. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's just pretty. I might even read it without the jacket on. Probably not, but I might. Question 15, what books do you need to read this year? I don't know my book list I'm gonna have to read for school yet, so of course there are those books. The one I definitely want to read at the end of the summer, as you know, is Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I just need to get that book read, and I want to know if I actually just don't like V.E. Schwab or if I just didn't like the archive. And this book I'm hoping will help me decide. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. There's a large stack of books over here and I'm just like waiting for them to fall. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe to my channel to see more of like it. All of my social media and stuff is in the description, and I will see you guys next Monday. Bye!